They're just gonna burst right through.
TP in, Plant getting ready to come in. Kahlua lingering within the smoke, looking for a timing, goes on the push, is able to find Charon, takes a bit of damage in exchange, but Texture at the same time, able to find Jit Boys over here on the A site. Lobbing in the nanos, zoned away for the moment here by the salvos. Talon are in, they're in somewhat control, but now Snakebite gonna be thrown down, Thai taking a bit of damage. HP bars continue to get whittled away at his Texture, swoops around the back, but it's been noted very intelligently there. Kahlua turns around, is able to find it now, which is gonna be a spray battle. The smoke gets ready to fall, the wall still there in the way of the defuse, being stuck. He's not off it yet, and there's the kill. The last. Seems like it will just be the full 5-player save, the full 5-player death to the spike, as Gen.G will get a flawless anti-eco.
Okay, so kind of the textbook.
Still a world away here for both squads. Don't have to worry about those in the post plant quite just yet. Primi trying to open up a little bit of space here, but Ash is going to be taken down. Salvos over on the site, able to go ahead and get a catch. Not sure if it was, grab combo.
Yeah,
Cruz had it. You can see there on the assist. Solid kill to be found. Texture looking to try to hold the door, hold this A site, but ends up getting taken down. Solid kill opening here from the side of Jit Boys. Now a 5v3 as they look for the retake. Paranoia towards the back. Charon going to be flushed out. Munchkin trying to hold the line. It's going to be a flawless anti-bonus here.
Wow.
Fantastically done from Talon.
Wow, that was really well set up. Very patient there around the B site. They didn't even have to really push through. Immediately boxes Gen.G in. Doesn't let them go versus the pistol where they let them push out through a link. This time not having any of that. But Gen.G already setting up some conditioning, it seems like. Thinking about that B site. Wow, Charon just hits a banger on the Primi. Can you get through this layered Cypher and Deadlock util? They don't clear any of it yet. Charon TP's past it though.
Himself situated here backside. Seems like they have no idea. Kahlua going to be taken down. Paranoia sent across towards that A connector. Jit Boys. Oh, for some kind of timing here. Anything that he can find. Gets a ping reveal onto one. That's going to be Texture taken down. And Ty is able to go ahead and collect the kill, but Jit Boys gets traded out as a casualty. So massive player advantage now to the side of Gen.G. Cruz will bound up in towards heaven, but unless he can find an opening kill here, might just be an angle to save.
Just do whatever damage he can, but tries to go for the peek out the window, gets shut down by Munchkin.
Yeah, and for Thai, there's not much more to be done. He will be able to try to get the catch, and okay, eventually is able to readjust, gets the headshot there on a linger here. A lingering lurk around C-Long, they're correct, but Munchkin out a little bit further, but is not going to be fast enough to find the kill. Puts Cruz down to 45, but ends up losing his life. Very solid response here from the IGL of Talon, gets him that opening pick.
And Primi TP'd right off the back of that. When you just get Munchkin, kind of assuming there isn't going to be much behind that, Jit Boys gets Texture.
Just get taken down. Minor readjustment to have Charon be the one go in to get the spike planted so he can TP out when the net comes through. He's able to do that, avoids it, but now Charon taken down. Armageddon going to be sent out. Ash trying to hold the door, nearly has him lined up, but the nano from Foxy9 is able to find one. With the Phantom comes up with another. Diffuse starting to be held. The shot gets the hit, takes down Thai, but that is still going to be Primi standing, getting the diffuse here. Op should be nearby enough to get the recovery on that as well. And Talon
will get this one. Money behind it for a few players. Pretty dire. Cruz again, gonna try to push out of the doors, but thwart it, and there's Primi.
Primi able to find Munchkin dead in the same position. Just got on that.
Yeah, you still have Charon there to clear some of it. They're gonna use some Tejo utility as well. They get the trips, miss one of the sonic sensors, but everything else is cleared, and Foxy finds one on the lurk.
Got 2-tap, basically in transit, able to find that hit. Cruz gets taken down. Kahlua spotting out the placement of the util here. Foxy looking like he wants to challenge the angle, does so, and Kahlua able to strike, finds the kill. Ash quick to trade it back. Keeps him in with a 3v3 as Primi. Sprinting around in the dimensional drift, looking for a weapon here, but Texture, noting the flank, is able to find Jit Boys. Now into the post plant. Not much util to speak of here. Just end up being a firing squad down from window. If Talon can try to find the setup here to start actually getting a tap on this plant.
Got a couple flashes, but you got to get deep enough to use them.
Salvos go through. Primi tag to 11. Thai does manage to come away with one. His Texture's going to be taken down. Primi finding another! And he finds 3! 11 HP, be damned. Primi is on point. And we have Hero Vandal, as well as a Bulldog in alongside this Sheriff and the Stingers. And Thai going to be able to find one. Charon taken down.
Clear that space. And it makes it really challenging for Gen.G, no matter how good their post plants are, and a judge for Cruz.
Swing the corner, snappy to readjust for texture. And salvos absolutely annihilate Munchkin. Hope of a Thrifty very much gone, as it's just going to be the one casualty. Cruz giving his life for the retake, and Talon now gaining the lead.
Yeah, I think you need to call a timeout here as Gen.G to kind of...
Right now, reading them like a book. Grab net set, not getting a catch on anyone that you believe. Sets are going to be cleared out, and Cruz is on a peek, able to find it. Now they strike in from behind. They are just absolutely pinned in position. Munchkin able to find one as Shitboys does get taken down. He's trying to swing around looking for a little bit more, but now the spike is going to be on the floor. Ty catching Ash. And Kahlua catching Munchkin, and this round is so beautifully read from Talon, understanding and manipulating the movements of Gen.G. It's back over to the B site. Quick TP to readjust here from Ty, just make sure to not get caught. And he is, of course, the one with the operator now. And ooh, catches a glimpse. Looking for the stun, still gets a quick peek, and that's going to be Foxy9. Take it down. Camera cleared out. Salvo sent both sides. Gen.G control of the site here for the moment. Ash going to be left to stick around, it would seem, as Munchkin, you've been spotted, and you've been sprayed down. It's just far too late. Swap to the shorty. Ty cuts down Ash. Texture, the overdrive, able to come away with one. But needs so much more than that. He and Karan now trying to fight their way out of what looks to be a damn near impossible situation. The overdrive now expired. Sets the wall to try to act like he's repositioned. Runs out of bullets in the stinger. And it's just one kill. It is all that they can find. Some chip damage, some forced armor rebuys. But Talon are not allowing for any kind of... They have Primi situated. So they're not going to be spotting much of anything there. It's Foxy. Is prepared, gets the catch. Cruz going to be taken around through the attacker's spawn. Alarm bot, however, is still set up there from from Foxy9, I should say, to alert for Munchkin.
This one should be about done.
Yep, should just be a tuck and save here. Shitboys may be able to come away with the kill. We'll be able to find that one. One off now, a neural theft. Spam through, Ash nearly catching the time to find him. Shitboys repositions, looks to play this out a bit more aggressively. As the cage falls, he'll get his ult in death. Operator gonna backs away.
Yeah, they're gonna use the drone.
That's just gonna be sent. They get a glimpse though. They know that this deadlock is in position, and Cruz is just spamming through the wall. Texture dead. Not looking to reposition fast enough. Now Sonic Sensor is situated here in Garage. Gun barrel spotted. Primi on to hit a flick. Munchkin taken down. Wall set up in Garage. No access here. Gen.G once again are losing the plot. Double face in towards long. Ty able to come up with a kill. Foxy9 dead. Swing in, looking for the hit. Ash able to find one, but Kahlua just frantically spraying, is able to find Karan. And now it is just Ash all alone. Looking to try to clutch this out.
Angle again. See if he can trick Talon a bit.
But swap should have been heard. Oh, faces in. Two players there. Will end up falling. Decent little run of it. At least get the plant money across. But that is going to be Talon now securing the lead at the half. At least 7-5.
Yeah, I mean, at every twist and turn, Talon has the read. You know, Primi can just hold sewers. He's got A under control. Doesn't see any contact. They have to re-clear themselves. Make sure there's no push coming through sewers again.
A little bit wider. Foxy just not fast enough.
Anything over at B. Kill, Shitboys.
Just has the cam situated. Slide across Texture. Able to find Shitboys, just sprinting through the cage. Swoops around the back. Two players now lingering within the smokes. Karan pushing forward, able to find one. The spike need to get planted here. Ty still looking to cause chaos here on the site. Gets the spot out, pushes forward, ends up getting taken down with 2 seconds to spare. The plant now being stuck is Primi. It's the last one standing. Looking to try to clutch it out, but Karan off on the flank angle. Has the headshot. Crossover towards the Garage. Stealth drone going to be sent through. Munchkin able to find a bit of damage, but suffers some in kind.
But they got the wall deep, so the 2 players stuck on B have to clear that before they're going to be able to help.
Primi's able to find one. Ash going to be taken down. That was the full HP player there at back site. Texture now arriving, sliding forward. Karan able to find one. Kahlua going to be dropped, but Cruz trades it back out. The swoop around the back. Primi looking for the timing to try to swing out from the smoke. Does so and eventually drags the shots across, finding Munchkin's head.
Doable. Still have a grab net though for Cruz.
And there's the catch. Finds the first one. And needed to hit every single headshot from there and cannot. That's
Not going to spot it. It's going into the garage. They don't like it.
Yep, they're not going to play around with this. Ball falling. Potential catcher onto Kahlua. It's out in mid. That's maybe a weapon eventually recovered in the round, but looks like it will just be a re-aggress from Talon into mid, try to keep that weapon protected. And does get scooped up there by Cruz, in fact.
Yeah, that's...
Oh
my God.
He's just donk walking into garage, and he ends up getting taken down. Primi quickly trades it back as Jit Boys on the linger up in towards A. He's able to find Ash. Gen.G, though, really scratching their heads, have a strong understanding that this is going to be a seaside plant, especially now that they hear it coming through. Get themselves into a 3v3. Some more damage dealt from Gen.G would start being costly to Talon. Dai doing well to find that kill, though.
One enemy remaining.
And that one. And maybe the third one, yes. Dai did well.
Looking very, very nice right now. 4 Talon, up by 4 rounds. Into the bonus, have some Guardians. A shotgun for Cruz.
And that's a great way to start working towards a conversion. Up, cutting off that A connector. Texture getting the bad news, just trying to spray that wall down. As Munchkin has no idea. Right in between the shoulder blades. Finds the kill. Texture dead. This round is as good.
Util, so annoying. All of this for Talon. Just incredibly well put together, incredibly well executed. Players on point today.
Not sure why. Jit kills.
Who's next?
I mean, they're just having such a struggle reading the map.
They are just storming their way forward now. Foxy just getting absolutely overwhelmed. Primi will get taken down there as the snake bite is enough to go ahead and confirm the kill. That slows up the approach from Talon. Gives them pause for the moment. Jit Boys still lurks forward into window, but Munchkin seemingly aware of this, but cannot find the shot. Jit Boys.
One, and all of a sudden you're scrambling to try to control the map.
Caron, okay, I was gonna say Cam toggle is set up. Jit Boys keeps himself safe. And now looks for the punish and will not be able to find it. So they are just gonna go ahead and clear this one out. Kahlua, position ought to be noted, got grab netted there by his own teammate, but no punish to be found. Wall gonna be set up, Texture dropping down, out from heaven, able to find one. He's out wide, however, and Kahlua will just map.
And they're so quick to rotate. TP's gonna go back behind the box. The salvos to cut off the corners.
That rings out the bad news. Deep in the back sight, the flash connecting. Foxy trying to get himself out of garage, ends up getting taken down. Texture now needing to do so much here for the squad. Does well to come away with a second kill, but there you have yourself a 2v3 attempt at a retake here for Gen.G to stop Talon from getting up the map point. Primi going for the plant, gonna be forced away. I should know that he got a bit of connection there. Spots out Jit Boys, knows the position of 2, spots the head of 1, and cannot find either Jit Boys.
But Caron knows that he can hide in that angle, and there's enough space. That toxic screen, and Talon getting a sense that there's a trap behind that wall.
Foxy in a committed spot. We'll find one, but cannot get any damage across on the Cruz, in fact. He's now one away from having that annihilation on line. Munchkin finding the 1 kill, but again, the trade exchange. The annihilation going to be sent out. That gets a banking shot into the corner?
What?
I'm amazed that that one hit, but Caron, he's dead. Cruz has got 3. Primi's looking for the rest, and Texture now in a 1v1. The push in, and Texture barely stays alive. Gen.G will get up to 6, but they need 6 more in a row just to take it into overtime.
Oh man, weapon, and they have a ton of ults.
4 half armors.
They're 1 away from Primi's.
Primi just strafing in. Disrespects all the util. Ash blinded up, dead on the jump.
What a play.
Salvo sent, they flush him out. Foxy picked apart. Texture as well, tagged. As this is the end of Haven. Mask will go on. Munchkin, far too late to find anything. The neural theft will tell all. As he is just strafing in along his back. Jumps out, just playing distract, playing protect. Primi giving over his HP bar to secure the kill. And Texture, you're a damn good player, but I think this is a bridge too far. 13 to They don't have any flashes.
None. And you've got a bunch for Gen.G. So you got to find those
Oh,
timings.
well,
Oh
that
boy.
is a huge reveal. Shoot the dark challenge, impossible. Texture, however, able to trade one back. Foxy and Prim, huge chunk of damage as he falls down to 25 health. His flank being noted and dealt with. Karan snapping on the shots, is able to find Tai. As Texture peeks over towards screens and Jitboys will fall as well. Gen.G looking well poised to close out another pistol here for themselves as Cruz will still be able to put that Sheriff to good use. Finds one, finds the timing on the Munchkin as he turns back. Suddenly, it's all being undone. Texture dead, Ash has fallen, and Cruz has absolutely saved them. 1000th kill accrued as well. Congratulations. As
Cole is the player.
yes,
Yeah. Chronicler is the caster.
both goats in their own right. And it's Premi up and over the top, able to find one as Texture will get taken down. And Kahlua just holds it down this under 2 position. Snowman.
Yeah, they're just waiting for the toxic screen to come back up before they made their move.
Shock starts, however, still can find value as Munchkin nearly gets picked apart. Push in, Karan on the swing. Does manage to come away with a second kill, so some damage starting to be dealt here.
Last player standing.
As Tai, though, quickly with that Guardian in hand, be able to massacre the remaining 2 players. Carves them up nice and quick. And that is going to be, you know, Guardian, Outlaw.
It's good management, a couple sheriffs otherwise for Talon. They're getting aggressive.
Dark cleared out, shots do end up connecting here as Munchkin able to get the transfer down to find 2.
Premium position.
Placing swarm grenade.
And lobbed in, no one there for the plant to receive the damage. And shot from Primi, getting offset a bit there by the movement, not quite. And around green. As up and over the top, spot out on the 1. Does get a headshot across on the Foxy 9, at least in terms of this is where the hit's gonna go. So now the wall gets set up. Stripping across, Karan trying to lead the charge here, take some space forward. As Ash is able to find one. Tai gonna be noted, Ash turns sights up above, and Jitboy's taken down as well. Backpedaling here as quickly as they can. All coming up, and it seems like Gen.G relatively happy with that pressure, but the lurk from Karan is gonna be noted. Weapon swapped out, as Tai just gonna be looking for the quick little exit here.
They've done such a good job with this of Talon. Get the one and dones. Don't overcommit, don't overheat.
Tai on the swing out, finds the headshot. Texture dead. Solid damage dealt, ensuring that they maintain that player advantage, at least for the moment. But Foxy 9, this time, able to linger forward, finishes the job there on Kahlua. Now we go into a 3v3. Armageddon, clear out over towards Snowman. Holds Jitboys back, plant now, getting dropped in. No further ults to speak of.
Gonna have to be really good with this Harbor util and the Soba util, and a shot from Munchkin.
Pop flash.
Nice.
Absolutely perfection. Or absolute perfection, one should say. As Jitboy similarly going to be taken down, and now Primi is looking to hold on to the operator, see if he can find anything additional here. The round just a bit out of touch, and they are in position to go ahead and find this punish as well. Just trying to confirm presence as Foxy, the gun barrel just not quite spotted. Won't be able to see him, but now can turn his sights back, and as he goes for the updraft to exit, Foxy is there to shoot him. As some noise made, Kahlua on the timing, looking for the hit there, unable to find it, the turn back from Texture, able to find one, as Munchkin also gets a piece of the action. As Jitboys able to avoid the stun, avoids the fragment, stays tucked away, just the classic in hand, but now does have that reckoning with that kill.
Did drone miss him?
I don't think he's been spotted by anything. No one is lending any credence to his position at all
Player standing.
until that very moment. Sorry, Jit, didn't mean to curse you. Foxy is trying to readjust his Cruz, good for the wide swing.
Exploration mission.
Spotted out 3, and that basically does clear the site. Doesn't even check over towards 410, so doesn't even necessarily have that confirmed. As Talos will flush him out into the open, but instantly hits the headshot. Does eat a big chunk of damage here in response, but the flash is out, and Kahlua dead, just trying to strafe in from the Raptors.
Planted.
Once again, given that they have this op committed, now that the pit is in play, I think TLN is going to have to save.
Yeah, you could try to use the Reckoning to clear it, but numbers already not in your favor.
They're going to swap over. Texture pop flash going to be sent, gets a full hit onto Jitboys, and now the Reckoning cannot come into play. Shorty, a bit of damage, just under the shoulder there of Tai, so for the most part, not too much found. But they're still playing up into this. They've got the money to be able to afford another purchase here to Talon, but it seems like in the end, yep, updraft just to go for the exit. Munchkin gonna go on the hunt, see if he can try to catch anybody in transit. Spots him out, has the headshot on the one. A one-way setup from Primi to try to attempt the retake here. Honestly, all three ultimates could just end up being invested here from the side of Talon. As there is the lockdown sent. Swing out Texture, trying to find any kind of damage that he possibly can before disconnecting back away from this lockdown, but ends up falling. The fragment to delay, salvos sent. All of Gen.G flushed back, and Primi looks at fill that space, pushing forward. Cruz trying to get the defuse up to half, I believe. Ends up getting taken down, and now the firing squad gets opened up. As the defuse is held to half, but this is starting to get away from Talon, and it's been absolutely rest from.
Grab the orb, get the Poxy's ult. Looking really nice for Gen.G.
Get in a forward spot. Karen is just back in spawn. Catching this flank. Cruz now dealt with. Jit Boys in a committed spot, is able to find one, looks to exit, cannot. Foxy will strike him down. Interrupts the plant here for a moment, as some time going to be bought. Trying to get back into a retake spot. Fluid dropping down. Catching Texture off guard, able to find him there at close quarters. Up and over the top goes Primi, the knife now pulled out. Foxy 9 going to be taken down. 2 players remaining from the side of Gen.G as Ash gets spotted. He gets flushed out. Karen now with everything to do. Tries to set up for the bite, tucks back into the corner, needs to hit the headshot and cannot. Kahlua with a 3K. Will finally break the win streak here. 6 in a row for Gen.G as Talon find themselves a 3rd round win.
Oh man, Kahlua getting so aggressive in this round. You know, Gen.G gets that.
Or will have a dimensional drift.
Like this 3-2 split changeup for Gen.G. Kind of a counter lurk setup.
Keeping it quiet for the moment. The peek's about to come in from the operator, and Munchkin has already swung out wide. Has the headshot now. Null command in play. Kahlua down below here at backside. He's trying to stay tucked away, but Ash scaling forward. Finds one. Plant going to be interrupted. Kahlua able to find the transfer there. Gets rid of Texture. But he's down to 8 HP. Technically still resable. 4 players alive, and if they can find the killjoy, then that gives them the opener to go ahead and bring Munchkin back to the fold. So Rez is in. Jit Boy's able to find one more of those. Karan will fall. Salvo's set his way. They nearly all line up.
Killua though with a decent response, but it's too little too late. Pass to Salvo is Primi, and he's dead.
And he is. Texture put him down very quickly. Munchkin finding Jit Boys, and Cruz just kind of sitting here being like, well, I don't know what to do now. Swings the corner. Gets some good damage onto Ash, but I mean, Tide really delivered. Going to be able to find the one. So Kahlua now, Sheriff in hand, rotating over. Armageddon going to be picked up here for the final round of the half. As Karan not quite able to lock down this kill. Foxy 9 will be able to do so, and a team ace is spotted above. Yes, he does.
Yep.
We're now going to be sent out. And Munchkin dead, as Nano able to find one Foxy taken down. As Armageddon now going to be called in. Shoves them away, the site gets opened up. The flank, however, coming through. Primi swinging around the backhand side. As Hunter's Fury goes across, looking to interrupt, but Plant is already through. Karan escapes. Gets himself up and above. As Texture finding a nice shot. We'll take down Thai. Double swing out though, the drop down. Ash dead to rights. Primi finding Karan. It's all on Texture to try to clutch it. Gets himself up to 3. And honestly, he's going to be happy that he wouldn't, as it would have been an ace clutch. But that is going to be Talon now finding themselves a 4th round win. But the question is, for Talon needing to find the opening pistol, needing to show us what this comp is going to be about. And they're going to be able to get themselves into sights without having these flashes. Obviously, the walls are going to be the solution, but how do they utilize them? That is the question. Foxy able to find 2, though. They just lurk down 2. Nice little walkabout. 2 players dead. Damage dealt to the remainders. Swooping forward, Cruz is able to find Karan, but now Texture up above. Comes away with 2 more, and that's Kahlua all alone in a 1v3.
Oh boy.
No Nano here from Foxy 9 to try to interrupt. Kahlua does have 1. And Stealth Drone just going on the chase, trying to spot out anything that he can, but nothing really identified, but it does narrow down his possible positions.
Surely not another Talon clutch on the pistol.
And while with the 0 point, you should basically have a very strong idea of where he's at. Salvo's now set to try to flush him forward, and Foxy 9 will be good for a 3rd to try to fast track that lockdown. So Gen.G tie it up 2-2 in pistols across the series. And they take that first step towards second scanned out. So quickly we'll have to exit.
Showing a little presence there, but Around these tight angles.
The 0 point will tell all, but Kahlua at range able to find one. Push over the corner though. Ash and Munchkin say Arslingers hit a little bit harder. Into the meat grinder. And wait, Dash at the ready, looking for the exec. Stingers in hand. As a drone going to be cleared out. Primy arriving, dropping down. Munchkin finding one, Karen finding another. Jit able to trade one, but Foxy 9 instantaneous, just locking onto their heads. There's Gen.G.
Stage 1 as Foxy 9. He has just been so reinvigorated since his temporary benching. He has been a force. Texture has an op, but he's putting it to good use.
Primy just not having.
Gambit between these two with the IGLs looking so good across both different maps.
Ooh, okay, Munchkin not quite ready for the push. It's a slow creep up there from Jit Boys, able to find the opener. Gun barrel, I don't think was spotted by Karon, but obviously they're only going to be coming from one direction. He's able to find the first, but cannot get the second. So amount of tap there on the Jit Boys as the plant now gets ready to come through, and that's going to give him the reckoning, and given the scoreline, they might feel the necessity to go ahead and invest that, but now he's all alone. And just from behind, Texture slowly creeping forward, up to the back. And that is going to be Gen.G. Now getting up to map point. Pearl looking like it's very much going to be on the horizon. Unless we can see it using it.
Exactly.
Get themselves into a post plant.
You can use Texture to figure out what's going on. This is going to be tricky.
Texture's going to be peeking. Turns over to the right-hand side. What a timing from Texture. Just finds one. Foxy forward lurk, tucks back, gets around the corner, looks to escape. Widely chooses to go in behind the storage unit rather than jumping across towards the site. This Cruz headshot is going to be found on the Munchkin. As a flash through the cove. And tucks back, gets around the corner. Does still just have that operator in hand. Hunter's Fury going to be sent in. Cruz hunting, looking, Jit Boys tagging. Finds Ash at screens, now a 3v3. Ball at the ready, but Ty a little bit faster, able to find that kill. Jit Boys sights up towards the Raptors, finds one. Texture swaps over for the Vandal. Running low on bullets, running low on time. He's not ready for the close angle. Cruz in pole position.
Maybe up on the tube. Oh, goodness.
And he's taking out a 4.
This gets lit up.
And now, he just has to backpedal, and he's gonna die. Foxy just sprays through the smoke.
To make sure that Ty has no ability to dictate the flow of this map.
Coming out, Munchkin able to drop back. Karon looking for the kill, can't find it. Kahlua does take a bit of damage, but elimination not going to be found out. Munchkin going to be bleeding out on the floor. Foxy arriving, able to find the first, cannot readjust. There's Munchkin no hope in hell for a res to come through here. Ash, however, good for him. Oh, and this timing could be absolutely devastating. Oh, shots, whips, and Ash has absolutely beefed it!
Oh, no.
Now on Texture's shoulders. Lineups at the ready. As there goes the first dart. Here comes the second. Swap onto the Vandal. The back. Ash is going to be kicking himself about that one for a long, long time. Still, though, odds in Gen.G's favor, as I think the drone should have seen him. Primy was ready, checking the angle.
Bait and switch.
Just immediately finds a shot. Texture finds a follow-up. Crew's going to be taken out. Repeaks. Jit Boys back around the corner. The swing out. Sets up for the wall. Goes for the timing shot, but Ash is there to collect. And then starts getting away from him. A 3K from Texture. Munchkin finding the line. On the peak. Does get noted. Doesn't necessarily know how many more players are coming at him until this very moment as the relay bolt goes in, and Munchkin swing in the corner is able to find one. He said king of swing. There's that first swing coming through. Good damage in reply, though, as Munchkin will fall down to 13. Jit Boys at the same time, creeping forward, tries to open up the site. Gets the one tap to put down Foxy 9. Now the plant can come in.
Cruz still has a haunt. So timing's going to be important.
Be a bit of a death ball here. Texture somehow able to stabilize that. Shot finds Jit Boys. Cruz now dead. Site widely opened up. Still this flank coming through from Primy, though, can find some solid damage, some solid impact here in the round. Kahlua widely all alone, but Munchkin holds the angle, is wise to it. Gen.G.
There's going to come out a great smoke that covers that spike and sets up Munchkin for that positional play, too. Again, those salvos.
Oh, that is so much damage. Ash immediately collecting 2 of them. Now a third, now a fourth. As it's...
That could be a difference maker. especially against a bonus. Some of those other guns that might not normally get the kills.
Judge.
Yeah, this is bad.
Cruz needing to find anything, but he cannot. Now the Nebula gets popped. He pushes forward. Jit Boys is there. Yep, gets into that smoke a little bit faster. Finds that punish. Texture. Eventually able to line him up. His relay bolt not going to connect onto these, but no, actually does find one. Drop down though. Premi coming away with a kill, but Texture able to find the first. Premi finds a second, but now Munchkin finds Kahlua, and even if Premi gets this clutch, this is so much damage dealt by Gen.G. With the spike across the opposite side of the site.
He doesn't have time.
And he doesn't have it. He doesn't have any util.
Ash just needs to watch.
Yeah, he's just playing stuck back here. Premi has to get this elimination, run for the sprint for that plant, and he cannot. That is a Just imagining listening to nice jazz, and that's the backing vocals. It's just the screams. Oh, that Texture gonna be out way too wide. Gets overwhelmed. Gonna be cleared, knows that they're in, catches a shoulder. Fragment delays the rest of the team. As the Prowler gets cleared out, the jump out from Premi, looking for the shots there. The Outlaw, however, will be felled. Munchkin re-swings, looks for a little bit more, ends up overstepping as Ty scoops up the weapon, he's able to find a little bit more. It is a bloody brawl, one that Gen.G narrowly gets away.
How far back Talon's playing on this?
Jit Boys lurking his way around the back. All of Gen.G now forward here into the site. Kahlua maybe looking for timing to try to swoop forward. It's about to be barrel stuffed, and Munchkin quick to turn, finds a headshot. Jit Boys now starting to swing around towards Flowers, but it's already too late. The defuse is just being held around. It gets away from them. They'll find some more kills, but Jit Boys oh,
he's just a kid.
Oh, good God, it's so funny. Armageddon gonna be used aggressively here, forcing them forward out of club. I can't even find my words.
Just use the smokes, but look at all that util.
You know, they try to nano it. The spike's still on the floor, back screens. They just spam them out. They say, well, we have a system make any noise. It's a grab well. I mean, this is like cringe post point from Gen.G, but they're just protecting a spike. And with Premi dead, now it's absolutely going to be used though, and then they're going to back away.
Yeah, they can't do anything off of that. And Gen.G just backing up towards spawn, looking for those aggressive pushes, those lurks.
Look down. Yep. Gate crash going to be faked, but Texture able to confirm that it's not for real. Minor zap and nearly finds some damage. Overdrive and play, gets the transfer. Woo! 3K from Texture, looking for that fourth. The swing around the side, and can he get it? Yes, he absolutely can.
But those were two big execute ults that you wasted in that round. Premi one away from his at least.
Texture finding the one, quickly slides away. Relay to cover.
That's dragging Texture over to back up the defenses on A.
Mask goes on, Premi looking to lead the charge and spot things out. Caron caught, does end up getting taken down as there's the neural theft reveal. Take the turn from the flash there is Munchkin. Not getting spotted out, but Texture's position now going to be noted here, dugout. Foxy 9 strafing forward, Jit Boy's going to be found. Munchkin peeks in from the window, says hello. He was able to take him down. Lockdown now going to be committed here from the side of Gen.G. The flank coming in from Cruz, needing to deliver, but it has been read like a book. And now the two remaining players are forced out of the sight. Premi does manage to find one, but then swiftly will be dealt with. And Ty! Oh, it's a catastrophe. So anyway, what I was going to say is that if you go to, I'm going to butcher the name, it's Chufan in Taiwan. It's a city, lovely, gorgeous city. They, for whatever reason, specialize in making ocarinas. Because I feel like 4 Guardians, a Phantom for Jit, Talon, about to face in towards this judge. It's going to be Kahlua on the opposite side of the map. He's actually able to find that kill, but Texture does manage to find Ty. Page lobbed forward as stun maybe just narrowly avoided there by Premi, but Caron has now moved forward to further reinforce this site, and they are tearing them apart. So how much was the ocarina? Was it, you know, was it
no idea. She didn't tell me that. But it's very cute.
Well, 3K from Caron, not beautiful.
Absolutely.
Do a taxi tour, and they'll take you all around the northern side of the island.
You know, I'm okay with that too. What else has been beautiful? That Texture's op been just stellar on this map. No answers to be found by Talon.
None whatsoever. Now needing a Thrifty just to try to get the first round win on the board. And Charon is just got him locked.
This is heartbreaking so far. I mean, there's still a world where Talon turns this around, but okay.
Okay, Primi finding the first. Ash peeks in, finds the kill. Yeah, back away. You haven't died yet.
Yep.
Up, tap to try to see if he can bait out any
30 seconds.
close peeks. Retaps, Texture just dropping down, and now he's completely surrounded. Primi, what a transfer for the third.
This retake actually very tricky now. You're gonna have to explode out of this heaven position.
Well, Jitboy's able to find one. Munchkin put down Texture. He can't see a damn thing. He's just straight to the opposite side of the site. Ash is still clicking heads, comes away with two. Now a third. As the defuse is being stuck, Primi. Noted. Here, no, not noted. Now in a position to try to go for the clutch. The hold on the defuse, and Ash will finally be felled as Primi comes away with a Red Bull clutch to go ahead and pick up Talons.
In this half, other than that last
About to
round.
peek this. See, oh, gun barrel hasn't been spotted yet.
See it.
Kalua, they're getting closer and closer, and there's the final shot coming through right as the nightfall goes across the site. Ash connected, caught by it, does still manage to take one down with him. Primi on the floor as Jitboys bounds forward into that smoke. But by Flowers, the peek out shot, quite connecting. Overdrive immediately going to be popped, but still is wary about this potential flank. But now it seems like they can just turn their sights forward here to the players remaining. And that will be them melted down 11-1 at the half.
All over the map. Not getting a read anywhere, so it has to be mid.
Wall set up here. Base of Art stairs. Primi. Does he wait to try to play off of it? No, just goes for the peek and is able to find Foxy 9. Spike gets dropped. That's going to be a good amount of information here for the side of Talon.
Now let's see if this is going to be a reroute for Gen.G. They're just going to keep pressing forward.
I needing to find that similar impact, and with Primi in tow, they are able to find it. Two remaining players locked off away from one another. And the wall will go down. Texture and Charon try to be the difference makers here. It seems highly unlikely as shots on the ghosts. Damn crisp, flawless pistol here for Talon. So around the corner here is Charon in that astral form. Primi continuing to scale forward. There's the swoop out. He's going to be on the hunt, looking for a little bit more, and eventually gets rewarded with the shot. Damage not suffered either, and that's going to be smokes down.
Yeah, nicely played by Primi. Doing what he can here. Try to resurrect Talon's life. Turn them into a phoenix.
Right there.
Swing out, high, good for two, good for three.
Spike down A.
It seems like the odds of finding any real damage fairly unlikely.
Bot coming back.
As that should be Talon getting themselves a very clean anti-eco. Getting a third round win.
Good think.
Okay, 4K. Another flawless.
Trying to identify the open areas of the map. You know, there could be a wall somewhere, whether it be right at the entrance to the B site or at Art. There's going to be tripwires. Oh,
Cleared, but Charon just goes on the peak. Primi
He got
shut
Primi.
down. Critical kill to be found. Cyber Cage set up here on the one-way. Texture relay bolt does connect as salvos go across. Jitboys able to get away from them. Avoids taking damage here for the time being. Kalua missing a little bit here as Jitboys now on the angle, just being overwhelmed from every single possible front. Gets picked apart.
Spike planted.
Ty now needing to deliver another 4K, but Ash will instantly find the headshot. Gen.G here. But Primi's going to be able to spot out. Yeah, there's not much else over here at long. Jumps back. Texture looking to try to lead the charge to open up the site. Sliding forward, able to spot out one, but not before Charon gets taken down. Ash, however, finding Jitboys. Foxy finding Kalua. Player advantage now here for the side of Gen.G as they look to bring the series to a conclusion. And jump forward in the bracket.
They slipped the defenses. Gen.G to close it out.
Cosmic Divide called in. Cruz here on the corner. Texture tagged down to 52, and they lined up for him.
Attackers win.
It'll end in the blink of an eye.